Hello students, myself Dr. Khushbu Verma, and today I am going to discuss about partial order relation and Hayes diagram. Before this, you should know what is equivalency relation. Any relation R defined on a set A is said to be an equivalence relation if it satisfies reflexive, symmetric, transitive both. Reflexive means for every A belongs to A comma A belongs to R, and symmetric means for every AB belongs to R, then B also be the member of R, and transitive means if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then combination A comma C is also belongs to R. Let us discuss some example here. Let set A is contain 3 element 1 comma 2 comma 3 and relation R1 is defined as 5. Now we have to check whether this R1 is equivalence relation or not. First, it should satisfy reflexive, symmetric and transitive, all three. For reflexive property, we already seen for every A belongs to A comma A belongs to R. As phi is a empty, as R1 is an empty relation, that means 1 comma 1 is not the 1 comma 1 is not belongs to R1. That's why R1 is not reflexive here, and as it is not reflexive here, that's why we can say it is not a equivalent relation. Now come to R2. R2 contain 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 all pair or reflexive pair. That's why R2 is a reflexive relation here. Now second is a symmetric property. If 1 comma 1 belongs to here, then reverse 1 comma 1 again belongs to R2. That's why it satisfies symmetric property. Third is transitive property. Combination of two pair is also be the, that means if AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R, then A comma C is also belongs to R. Here this property is satisfied for 3 element. That's why it's a equivalence relation here. For R3, 1 comma 1 belongs to here, 2 comma 2 belongs to here, but 3 comma 3 is not belongs to R3. That's why it's not a equivalent relation here. This is also not reflexive relation here. Equivalent relation. R4, all reflexive pair 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 belongs to here. That's why it's reflexive relation. For symmetry, 1 comma 2 belongs to here and 2 comma 1 is also belongs to here. That's why it's symmetric also. Now come to check the transitive property. Here 2 comma 2 belongs to here and 2 comma 1 belongs to here. Now after combining we get 2 comma 1 belongs should belongs to this R4. As 2 comma 1 is not belongs to R4, that's why we can say R4 does not satisfy transitive property. That's why it's not a equivalence relation. R5, 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 belongs to here. That's why it satisfies the reflexive property. 1 comma 2 2 comma 1, that means symmetric property is also satisfied. Now come to the transitive property. Here when we combine this 2 comma 2 with 2 comma 1, we get 2 comma 1. 2 comma 1 is also member this. That's why it satisfied the reflexive, symmetric and all transitive property. That's why it's a equivalence relation. And A cross A satisfied contain the all possible pair of Cartesian all possible pair of set A. That's why it's a equivalence relation. Now come to this R7 and R8. This relation is defined as the collection of all pair AB such that A minus B is an even number, and R8 is a collection of all AB where A minus B is an odd number. As we know that 0, there is a given hint is here, 0 is an even number. Now we have to check whether this R7 or R8 is a equivalence relation or not. Here R7 is a equivalence relation, but R8 is not a equivalence relation, because for reflexivity A minus A should be a odd number, but we know 0 is always be even number. That means when we try to satisfy the reflexive property for R8, that means A comma A is equals to 0. This should be odd number. If this is odd number, then A comma A be the member of R8, which is not possible here. That's why it's R8 is not satisfied the reflexive property, and but R7 A minus A is a even number. That's why this A comma A belongs to R7. We can say R7 is a R7 is a satisfied the reflexive property. And also as A minus B, if A minus B is even number, then B minus A is also be a even number. That's why it satisfied the symmetric property. And similarly we can show here that it should satisfy the transitive property also. That's why we can summarize this R7 is equivalence relation, but R8 is not a equivalence relation here. Now partial order set, partial order relation. A relation R on a set A is said to be a partial order relation if it is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. In equivalence relation, that is what? In equivalence, reflexive, symmetric and transitive, but in partial order relation, reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. For example, let A is equals to the set of three element 1 comma 2 comma 3. Now we have, let us discuss R1 is equals to empty set, whether this is a partial order set or not. First, as we discussed earlier, R1 is an empty set, that's why it's not a reflexive set. As here 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 or 3 comma 3 is not belongs to R1, that's why we can say it's not a partial order set. Okay, similarly for R2, 1 comma 2 1 but 2 comma 2 belongs to here, but 3 comma 3 does not belongs to R2, as 3 is a member of A, and this 3 comma 3 should be the, for reflexivity 3 comma 3 should be the member of R2. That's why it's not a partial order set. For R3, as 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 belongs to R3, that's why it's a reflexive relation. It satisfied the reflexive relation, that's why we can say it's a reflexive. Now come to antisymmetric. For antisymmetric, if AB belongs to R, then BA should not be the member of R if A is not equals to B. That's why it's a antisymmetric here. Similarly for transitivity, if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC belongs to R. And all these three members satisfied this reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive, that's why we can say it's a it's a partial order set. Now for R4, all reflexive pair are here, that's why it's a reflexive. Antisymmetric, here 1 comma 2 belongs to here, but 2 comma 1 is not belongs to here, that's why it's an antisymmetric. And for transitivity, 1 comma 1 and 1 comma 2, after transitive we get 1 comma 2 again, which is also a member of R4, that's why it can say it's a transitive relation. And also combining this we get the R4 is a partial order relation. R5 is, for R5, as all three pair is a reflexive here, and 1 comma 2 belongs to here. For antisymmetric, 2 comma 1 does not belongs to R5, but 2 comma 1 is a member of here, that's why it's not satisfied the antisymmetric property, that's why it's not a partial order set. For R6, 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 belongs to R6, that's why it satisfied the reflexive relation. But 1 comma 3, now for antisymmetric, 1 comma 3 belongs to here, then 3 comma, and we have to check 3 comma 1 here. 3 comma 1 is not belongs to here, that's why it satisfied the antisymmetric property. And for 2 comma 3 belongs to here, but 3 comma 2 is not belongs to here, that's why all 5 elements satisfied this antisymmetric property. For transitivity, let us check 2 comma 2 2 comma 3, that means 2 comma 3 belongs to here, and 1 comma 1 1 comma 3 also already belongs to here, that's why we can say it satisfied the reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive property, that's why it's a partial order set. Now come to R7. R7 is a set of all possible pair of pair of element A. Here 1 comma 2 is also belongs to R7, and 2 comma 1 also belongs to R7, for example. That's why this R7 does not satisfy this antisymmetric property, that's why we can say it's not a partial order set. Now come to some other example also. R8 is a collection of pair A B such that A should be the strictly less than B, where A B the element of integer. We have to check whether this R8, the collection of this set R8, is a partial order relation or not. For reflexivity, A comma A belongs to R8 if A is strictly less than A, which is not possible contradiction. That's why we can say R8 is not reflexive, because any integer cannot be strictly less than with the same integer a. That's why R is not reflexive. If R is not reflexive, then we can say R8 is not a partial order relation. Next, R9. R9 is a collection of pair element A, B such that A should be strictly less or equals to B. Okay, then here equality here, that's why we can say R9 is a reflexive here. Okay, antisymmetric, if A is less than B, if A is less or equals to B, then if A is less or equals to B, this implies B cannot be less than A for all integer. That's why we can say R9 is antisymmetric. Reflexivity, because of this equality, both two conditions are satisfied. Similarly, if A is less than B and B is less or equals to C, then after combine this property, we can say A is less or equals to C. By this line, we can say R9 is transitive. That's why as this R9 satisfies the reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive property, that's why we can say it's a partial order relation. Similarly, we can check for R10 also. Now come to the next important definition, that is Hess diagram. Hess diagram is what? Hess diagram is a pictorial representation of the partial order relation. It is also known as a poset, and that is called Hess diagram. That means we have to check for all relation whether this is a partial order relation or not. If this relation is a partial order relation, then only Hess diagram exists. Now, for example, let A be the any set of 4 elements 1, 2, 3 and 4, and R is any relation. Define this, and we have to draw the Hess diagram of this. First step, this should be the partial order set. We already checked this set. This is a this relation R is already satisfied this reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive property. Now let us start to draw the Hess diagram. To draw the Hess diagram, first of all we have to mention all the element of the set A. Set A contain 1, 2, 3, 4 element. We mention 1, 2, 3, 4 as a vertices here, and now draw the each relation as by an edge. Now draw the each relation by an edge. Here 1 is related to 1. That means self by this element is represented by self rule. Similarly, 1, 2, that means 1 is related to 2. That means arrows start from 1 to 2. Similarly, 1, 3, that means arrows start from 1 to 3. 1, 4, that means 1 to 4. And 2 to 2. Similarly, 2, 3, that means 2 to 3, 2, 4, 2 to 4, and 3, 3, that means again self loop, 3, 4, 3 to 4. Here arrow is important because all element of R is ordered pair. 1, 2 means arrow start from 1 and goes to 2. Okay, 1, 3 means started from 1 and end up with 3. Started from 1, end up with 4. Now this is the step 1. Step 2 is what? Remove all reflexive A's. Reflexive A's is what? 1 to 1, 2 to 2 and 3 to 3 and 4 to 4. That means all self loop. Step 1 is remove all self loop. After this, remove all transitive edge. Transitive edge means 1 is related to 2 here, 2 is related to 3 here. Then transitive edge is what? This 1 is again related to 3 here. Similarly, 2 is related to 3, 3 is related to 4. Transitive edge is what? 2 is again related to this 4. 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 4. Transitive edge is what? This 1 to 4. Remove all these 3 transitive edge. What will we get? 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 3, 3 is related to 4. Now last step is represent this direction in upward direction. Now 1 is the lowest element right here. Next element is 1 is goes to 2, 2 is related to 3 and 3 is related to 4. This is a final Hess diagram representation. Now we can remove this arrow also. That means simple hash diagram representation is 1 2 3 4 in upward direction. That means 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 3, 3 is related to 4. Okay, that means it's a relation R is defined here. It's a very big set, and this hash diagram is represented by only 4 elements by this. Some other example also.